It is the one and only Ronin the Traveler. And I'm your brother, don't you know? Look, man, we talk a lot about cheek clapping and mangoes, man. Today I want to talk about how living with a Dominican woman here on the island has changed me forever. But before we get started, man, let me give a shout out to all you channel members and all you brothers that's in the Blue Book Passport Cartel. Appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate the support, helping me get over 20,000, man. Look, I appreciate you, brothers. Now, look, living with a Dominican woman has changed me forever, man. But let's keep it 100. Traditional relationships are done in the United States, man. It's getting harder to find a woman who even wants it. Many say they do, but when you look at the numbers, 80% of divorces are filed by women. So many men now have started traveling, finding their own happiness. And this is why brothers hate the passport movement. Now, look, I remember myself, man, back in the day, sitting on that couch watching all that red pill content, getting angry and angrier, going to child support court, battling with these women. I spent half of my life battling, and I remember the anger and the frustration. But one day, I heard a man say to get that passport. The brother said you had options, Brother Charles Tyler. And boy, when I got that passport, I remember when my passport came in, I lifted in the air like the sword of omens. The Thundercats, oh, I was so happy. And you know what? For good reason, because when I land in Santo Domingo, oh man, it was like just got paid through Friday night, got money in my pocket. When I hit Santo Domingo, my whole life opened back up. My whole life has changed. Man, it was phenomenal. From the first woman I met to the second to the third, each one of these women was fit, fine as hell, loving, treated me like a king. You know, some of them was mango, but most of them were regular women. And as I went through some of these chicks and got in relationships, I started getting closer and closer. And man, it feels wonderful to have a person that actually cares about you. Now, here's the kicker. I started realizing that all my life, after all that battling in court, all the women I've dealt with, and I realized that I had never in the United States had a feminine woman. Meeting the women and living with chicks in DR, that was the first thing it taught me about myself. And I started feeling sorry for a lot of men. I look back over my life and I say, wow, I never had a real feminine woman. All the women I've dealt with. Hey man, I'm a light-skinned dude with curly hair. I've had plenty of women. You know, they like to say passport bros, they can't get women in the United States. I've been dealing with women since the late 80s, piles of them. You know, many of us got kids, we have businesses. That's light work. So here's the thing. But I realized I never had a real feminine woman. But even the woman I live with now in the DR, from the time she wakes up in the morning, good morning, Poppy. You want some coffee? You need this, you need that. And this woman is a career woman. She's just not sitting down wanting to live off my money, because that's another misnomer. They only doing that because you take care of them. You know what I mean? No, she takes care of me. Like, she caters to me. Let me cater to you from the time she wakes up. And when she goes to work, first thing she does, she gonna check on me. Hey, what you want to eat today? I'm like, Mommy, I'm good. You don't gotta cook nothing. She gonna come home, no matter what I say. Them pots are cracking. I mean, maybe I'm gonna add some photos to show you. This woman cooks every day. If not her, her mother cooks. And they wash the clothes. They do the things that a lot of men really want. You know, men on a fundamental level, man, we just simple creatures, man. We just want, like, a man gonna take care of you. He just wants you to do the same to him. And a lot of guys, man, need to get the passport, need to get off the couch with Big Shirley. Dude told me this last night. I was talking to him. He said, brother, I want to thank you. He just arrived in Santo Domingo, hooked up with a chick. He's loving it. He's like, man, thank you, man. I've never met a woman like this, man. Thank you for what you do. I say, hey, man, you did it yourself. You made that sacrifice. You got that passport and you walked out. That's what we need to do. Get other brothers. I'm just trying to free men from the plantation, because the only thing there is heartache and pain, man. You're going to get up every day. You're going to go to work. You're going to come home to the job. First of all, the job don't appreciate you. Not even your kids appreciate what you do for them, but they appreciate mama, because our system is designed like that. Look, just like I was saying, I spent half my life in child support court fighting these women, and a lot of these dudes doing the same thing. Even the vice president himself had to come out and say, there's been an attack on masculinity. So that's why we need these channels and doing these things. So I'm going to fight to my last fight to tell you guys that, hey man, when you come here, you're going to date women that's younger than you and more attractive than anything you can get in the United States. The women here, I'm in Santo Domingo right now. The women here are so beautiful. I mean, you're not even ready for it. From the places when you go to the mall and the airports and different things, and they're going to talk to you, and you're going to eventually meet one. And when things get right, y'all going to live together, especially if you move over here, because most of the guys, once they come here, they done. But I'm going to tell you, man, you deserve what you're going to get. You know, you're going to be there like, take me, I deserve, but you're going to get the good stuff from it. You're going to be in the house singing like the Barge. All this love is waiting for you. That's how you going to be, man. It feels good to have a woman that caters to you and a lot. And look, let me keep it a buck too. Some men say they want traditional relationships, but they are not traditional themselves. The problem with relationships in the United States with women and men, most so women, is that the family structure is broken. So many of us grew up in a one-parent household. So that woman becomes more masculine. She see what her mom went through. The mom say, man, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't that. My mom never did that. One thing my mom did, and she catered like this, she never said one negative thing about my dad. She said, hey, you'll see how your dad is yourself as you grow, the good and the bad. And I respect her for doing that, because I did. And so what happens, the women over there, they pick these dudes, go through the same cycle. It's the same cycle. So this woman grows up masculine. She don't want to cater to a man. She say, I'll be feminine when I meet the right man. A man say that. A man is feminine and say, hey, I'll be masculine when I meet the right woman. You'll look at him like he was crazy. I told a woman this recently. So, and what happens is a lot of men grow up too without their fathers, and they don't know how to do it. So relationships are doomed. And don't even talk about the government, how they came in there and just destroyed everything with welfare and crack cocaine and all these different things. So our community is struggling. So that's why I tell guys, man, I should try to fix it. There's no fixing it. We can't fix it. So let it burn and build a new one. And that's why the passport movement is so great. That's why they hate that movement, man. I'm telling you, man, by the power of Grayskull, like, we have so much power when you get that passport. And you're gonna meet, not every chick you're gonna meet here is feminine. Some women, they got a few feminist type of women here, but me, myself, I never dealt with one, because you have so many options. If I think she's, look, I don't even deal with women with hair weave. I didn't deal with them in the United States. I don't like that. So here on the island, they got some women that have it, but the average woman don't. And I don't deal with that. So you're going to have your options, man, and you're going to win every time. I put money on it that you can get a better looking woman here than in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Because it's because of that. And look, you're going to pay, you're going to take care of her, but it's a cheaper price. Like living over here, I tell you guys, I live off of $1,200 easy. I make way more than that, but that's all I spend. Drinking, having fun, doing everything, because I have a woman who has a career. She has her own money. She does everything. Actually, it's the opposite. Like whenever she get paid, she brings her check to me. She's like, oh, yeah, Poppy, you're the head of the house. That's why I chose her. I chose her. I don't have no problem leading. But I have talked to a few women like this over here. Man, DR is cool for that, man. It's a cool thing when you can find traditional women. Man, you hear all my story times. I mean, I got a lot more to tell you guys, man. But for the first time in my life, man, I don't have rage anymore. I'm so at peace, man. The United States make men angry, man, because they treat us like doormats. And now, man, we going into a new era where you don't have to take it no more. Like, we're not going to take it. So until my last breath, I'm going to tell men to get their passports. I'm going to tell men to seek their happiness. I'm going to tell you to go wherever you are celebrated. That's what I'm going to tell you, not tolerated. And I feel like too many women in the United States, nobody could tell them anything. And have you noticed this too? All the women in the United States, whether they're black or white or whatever, they're merging into the same woman. They wearing the same lashes, the same hairstyle. They all looking the same. Even men who are on that stuff, you gotta watch how I say it. Even these dudes, Transformers are looking the same way. Man, it's dangerous out there, man. Be careful, my brothers. Be careful. So at the end of the day, man, a woman here is your best option. You're going to have a woman who will cook, take care of you, sexually. These things you're not going to have to worry about. Let me give you one more thing. The last relationship I was in the United States, I used to tell her, man, don't wear granny panties around me. And I know this is going to seem petty. She would wear these old lady drawers. I hated seeing these things. She didn't care. She would wear them. The woman I lived with, she don't even have underwear like that. Everything is sexy. Everything look good. Every night she dresses a certain way because she's like, Poppy, I want you to be happy. Because she knows one thing. The competition here is fierce. It's so fierce that going outside, she can lose me, and she knows it. Like in the United States, they got the government, they got a bunch of simps. Let a woman put a picture, a photo, or anything. You ain't got to look good. You won't know why women are so delusional. Man, you wouldn't believe how many simp dudes worship ugly women. Last time I was in the United States, I was in Walmart, and I saw a dude hugging on a woman so much. I'm like, damn, she got an income tax check? I mean, he was all on. Woman looked like Grimace with a wig on. I'm like, man, what in there?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And I guess the Dominican Republic, them spoiled me. I got different eyes. I look at women so critical now, man, by how they look. And I'm telling dudes, man, run. You don't have to deal with no woman with no mustache. You ain't got to deal with no fat chick. You gonna come here, you gonna win. So, man, just wanted to say that, man, how dealing with and living with Dominican women changed me forever, man. It changed me, man. It took the anger from me, man. In closing, I don't have no more anger, man. I feel like a king, and every dude that comes here feels the same way. But look, got a lot more story times about to drop, man. I've been trying to edit them. Been very busy, man. I appreciate you guys rocking out with me, man. We're going to get out of here, but I'm about to drop some more content, man. Got a lot of different things. I'm going to take the channel in a better direction. Appreciate you guys, man. I am out.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.